Hey guys, welcome to the Ace match. Look at that crowd. We've got Jaedong versus Fantasy. Jaedong needs to win this match and potentially go to the Super Ace, which he'll definitely be fielded in. I think Fantasy is the best person for SKT to try to beat him. Beat him on Outsider yesterday. We're now on Neo Medusa, which is actually a much more favorable map for Terran players. And it looks like Jaedong starting at the 10 o'clock position in purple. 3 o'clock position, we have Fantasy in what looks like white. Unfortunately, at that 3 o'clock position, depending on how you place your wall, Marines can spawn on the outside, which leaves them somewhat vulnerable, because basically they'll kind of pop out on the outside of the barracks, and then Zerglings can go pick them off before they can really get into that protective cover. So we'll see how Jaedong reacts to that. He might send his Overlord there to scout first. Let's see. It looks like he is going to scout Fantasy first. Every advantage helps. Wow. The tension, you can just feel it in the air. Fantasy, he just has a really clever set of builds. This is a really difficult map, I would say, to execute his normal set, which is kind of the going for a factory, obviously. The factory builds, because that front door is just hard to seal, and you kind of have to go with one base rather than two base, because going for that exterior, if you go for that, Marines tend to, depending on where you place it, Marines pop on the outside. So let's see what he'll be up to. I really think, and he's actually going to cheese. He's bringing 2 SCVs off the line. This potentially, he could just be going for a crazy early scout. I don't imagine why, or he could be going for something proxy inside Jaedong's base. And actually, no, he's going to place a supply depot initially. So for a second there, I thought we were going to see dual 8 racks there, or an 8 racks opening, I should say. And so we see the supply depot on the gap. That might encourage Jaedong to be more aggressive and bring some Zerglings to the front. And my guess is otherwise he's going to bring that SCV and build a second barracks in the middle of the map. So Jaedong's going to have the impression that Fantasy opened with a standard 1 racks into expansion opening, where in fact, and at a somewhat vulnerable position, and that's going to encourage Jaedong to try to push that attack forward, and Jaedong instead is going to have to face an SCV and probably a handful of Marines coming at his main, or perhaps a secondary after that. Looks like he's opening up with I believe this is a 9 pool with speed. I don't see a second Overlord floating anywhere. So he's going to open up with speed Zerglings, and there's that barracks on the corner. Let's see how Jaedong decides to react to this. And everything is going to come down to whether Jaedong decides to be aggressive and kind of push his play forward and just try to end it early against Fantasy, or whether he decides to play a little bit more of a standard game, play the economic game. And honestly, Zerg tendency is to just, to go forward, to attack, to be as aggressive as possible. Second base going down now for Jaedong. I like this maneuver from Fantasy. It's going to all come down to Zergling scouting in particular, because that Overlord floating directly over Fantasy's base, there's really no reason for Jaedong to float his Overlord over the middle. First Marine produced, second Marine on the way. Jaedong still hasn't scouted this, which is devastating, because he probably would have sent out a drone scout had he not gone 9 pool with speed. But when you go 9 pool, it's going straight to lair, so it looks like a 2-hatch build. But whenever you go this sort of build, you don't bother sending a drone scout, because you know you're just going to be sending Zerglings to the front nevertheless. So everything paying off for Fantasy right here. SCV coming in, Jaedong a little bit distracted on time. More Marines being produced. It looks like let's see if you can keep that SCV scout in the base. It's going to be absolutely critical. The crowd, aside from the people waving to the camera, deadly silent. And there is, that Overlord is going to kind of, just out of range. Just out of range of that barracks in the middle of the map. SCV might actually get killed, which means the bunker being placed near that secondary would not be an option. 2 Marines out front. Jaedong going to bite down. He's going to press forward. Now he's going to see the barrack positioning. Let's see how he decides to react. So one Marine down, 1 Zergling down. There's the second Marine. Actually, with that placement, Fantasy can kind of hop that corner. Now let's see if Jaedong kind of bites and he is bringing more Zerglings down. He is going to try to push the pressure up. He realizes that front door isn't sealed, that additional Zergling getting killed. Let's see if they do go for a surround, and completely out of position now. 4 SCVs coming out and a bunch of Marines on the front. Jaedong caught off guard. That Overlord's going to get taken out, which really hurts Jaedong because, again, lack of supply. I don't know if he has an additional Overlord out in the field. He also, having to cancel a larva there, realizing he needs the additional supply just to produce attack units. Let's see if that sunken colony will come up in time. He's already building the creep colony, pulling drones, pulling as many Zerglings as possible. This is everything right here. And will the bunker go up? Looks like the bunker on that left edge. Nice screen with the SCVs. Beautiful. Every single Zergling down, and it's just Marines versus drones. It looks like that bunker is going to finish. The Zerglings just wiped away, and that first sunken colony doesn't even get a chance to morph. Fantasy wins it. Fantasy takes down Jaedong's base with a very clever opening and maneuver. Jaedong didn't see it coming. Brilliant play altogether, and he doesn't even need to plant anything inside the bunker. It looks like SKT is going to take the championship with this match right here. Jaedong, you can see the frustration on his face, and that is the kind of that forehead thing. You can tell that's his aggravation, concentration look. Going to lose another Overlord, which is really going to hurt him. Still a couple Zerglings out in the field, but his Zerglings are currently outnumbered on the field by, first of all, Marines, but there's also a good amount of SCVs out there. Fantasy with a brilliant hidden proxy barracks in the middle of the map. The Zerglings trying to make their way around, but yeah, he's just swamped, overwhelmed, backing up now, no longer mining gas, doesn't even have an Overlord, I don't think, to produce additional Zerglings here, and trying to get another Sunken Colony down, but it's too little, too late, probably going to lose his spawning pool, able to take out one SCV, but it really doesn't make a difference. He's going to lose his spawning pool shortly, he's not going to be able to produce anything additionally, probably not even going to be able to morph that creep colony, so the creep colony up, but yeah, not going to happen. That larva right there, an Overlord, which Jaedong desperately needed. There's the gas, and Jaedong knows it. He GG's. Oh, horrible, horrible, devastating look on his face. Never mind, there's the GG. Poor Jaedong. Fantasy, though, with a really clutch cheese maneuver, takes the final set. And this really bodes well for him in his OSL final, which I will not mention the spoiler for. But SKT takes the Pro League finals. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry again for the extreme delay on getting everything out. Again, you can find the original audio at sc2gg.com. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to do a couple games on my account now. Thanks for listening.
모래성을 만드나요?
아, 큰절이 아니군요. 이 모래를 영원히 기억하게 담겼다는 건가요? 아니면 이 깜깜해서 이게 참.
뭐 이제 드러나겠죠 뭐.
네. 그리고 반대로 뭐 이제도 비록 결승전에서는 승점을 따내지 못했습니다만은 여기까지 끌고 왔는데요.
네.
기원의 딸이라
우리 딸이라고.
기원의 깃발을 건너갑니다. 누가 부정하겠습니까? 5번 트리플 크라운에 빛나고 방안에 오면은 무조건 이기는 SK텔레콤인데요. 자, 이렇게 해서 시장 최대 축제 신한은행 프로리그 0899 세전 영광의 우승팀 여러분 다 함께 큰 박수 축하해 주시죠. SK텔레콤 축구가 있기 때문에 선수 안전한 데로 오면 하겠습니다. 자, 다 무대에 올라온 다음에 하겠습니다. 네, 우승 SK텔레콤입니다. 네, 샴페인 마음껏 그리고 이 승리의 기쁨을 마음껏 맡기게 될 것 같습니다. 왜냐면 그 과정이 특히 오늘 무지하게 험난했거든요. 야, 참, 정말 이렇게도 드라마틱하고 멋지게 우승을 차지하네요. SK텔레콤 T1.
드라마를 만들기 위해서 SK텔레콤 T1이 험난한 과정을 걸어주기 때문에 더더욱 찐한 우승의 기쁨을 만끽할 수 있을 것 같습니다.
자, 오늘 정명훈 선수 한 명의 활약이 아닙니다. SK텔레콤 정명훈 선수의 에이스 결정전 직전 그리고 경기 끝날 때까지 어깨동무하며 정명훈 선수에게 힘을 실어주었던 SK텔레콤 T1 선수단 전원과 늦은 시간까지 이렇게 응원을 해고 지금 이제 불꽃을 이렇게 흔들어주고 계신 우리 팬 여러분, 그리고 뭐 이곳이 아니다고 하더라도 인터넷으로 TV로 또 멀리 위성방송으로 이 장면을 함께 응원해주고 계신 많은 SK텔레콤 팬분들이 계시기 때문에 이런 영광이 가능하지 않았나 생각이 듭니다. 지난 11개월 동안 숨가쁘게 달려온 사상 최초의 연관 단위 리그 신한은행 프로리그 0899 시즌 5라운드에 걸쳐서 각 팀이 11경기씩 55경기를 치는 끝에 결국 광안리 SK텔레콤이 최종적인 승리팀으로 기록되네요. 현재 SK텔레콤 제 우승복으로 갈아입고 있습니다. 우승복으로 이제 한번 축하의 의미로 한번 촛불 한번 쏜다고 하네요. 다시 한번 여러분 축하해 주십시오. 우승 SK텔레콤입니다. 자, 이제 양팀 선수들 팬들께 인사드리면서 중앙으로 좀 모여주시겠습니까? 네, SK텔레콤도 우승복으로 갈아입으셨죠? 네, 그럼 중앙으로 좀 이동해 주시기를 부탁드리겠습니다. 자, 화승 잘 싸웠고 SK텔레콤 잘 싸웠습니다. 승패가 무슨 상관이 있겠습니까? 이렇게 4시간 만에 걸친 혈투를 펼쳤다고 한다면 모두가 다 승리팀이라는 생각이 듭니다. 자, 그러면 SK텔레콤 깊게 박은 저 팀 깃발 내년 이맘때까지 계속 꽂혀 있으리라 믿고요.